Hi guys, happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. Today I need your help. I have a TBR this long and I want to pick my next read. So I'm going to go through some books, I'm going to tell you a bit about them, and you're going to comment which book you think I should read because there are so many on my TBR and I'm such a mood reader and I just need some help. So let's dive into some of the books I'm most excited to read. So the first one's on my TBR. It's called the Pine Spring series by Sophie Hamilton. These are Montlake books as well. I don't know if you know this, but I collect Montlake books. They're kind of the American imprint of books. They're often very like floppy books and I just love them. So this is about a girl called Eleni. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'll show it to you. Who lives in Pine Springs and is known for having a family who's a little bit bad, should we say. Her stepfather and her stepbrothers, they deal drugs, they get involved in crime. If you snitch on them, they'll burn your house down. And then she meets this new chief of police called Roman Martinez, and she's going to help him kind of lock her brothers away. I think the second book follows a different character. Yeah, it looks like it's Esther and Jackson's story, but this was the one I was drawn to most. That romantic suspense. I read a lot of Catherine Cowell's books and I love romantic suspense, so I thought that was a really good vibe. It is dual point of view as well, so you get Eleni, I think it's Eleni, and then Roman stories. So I think that'll be a really fun read. I know there's a third book coming out in this series as well, but I'm not someone who is bothered about starting series that are unfinished. So yeah, if you think this is a really good one, let me know in the comments if you've read it, because yeah, I really am excited to read this one. I just need some help picking my next read on my TBR. Then I've become a little bit obsessed with this author after reading Half City, and that author is Kate Golden, and I realised I have never read her Sacred Stones trilogy. So this is a completed series, which is quite nice because after Half City, I'm kind of like, that ending, I need to know more. So captured by the King of Darkness, forced to find the light within. So this is where you meet a girl called Arwen Valendale. I love that name. Valendale is another name of another character, I'm sure of it. And to save her brother, she has been taken prisoner by the most dangerous kingdom on the continent. So it's going to be fantasy. I think she writes more in like the YA new adult category. So there will be spice, but I don't think it's going to be like the spiciest of spice. It's not dual point of view. It's all from Arwen Valendale. I've just merged her names together. Arwen Valendale. Arendale. But there is 3 books in this series. The covers are absolutely stunning. It is obviously a continuation on with the story. I think it's going to be good. If you guys haven't read Half City, I will give you that as a TBR recommendation. But yeah, if you think I should read this one, let me know in the comments. And if you've read it, let me know what you think. But no spoilers, please. Then I absolutely love sports romance. I should do a sports romance video, I realise. I haven't done one yet. So I have this series. I'm missing book 4, I think, in the series. This is Lauren Blakely, and these are sports romances. I don't know how spicy she's going to be. I don't know what vibe she's going with. I can see it's dual point of view, and there are text messages. So this one is brothers... your best friend's little sister. So like brother's best friend trope, which I love that trope. I'm obsessed with it. This one is the first rule of hockey. Oh, she's the PR manager. So she's the PR manager hooking up with the hockey player. The third one in the series is the one I'm most excited to read. This is Married in Vegas. You woke up in Vegas, you've been gambling, you've had a bit too much to drink, and you end up with a ring. I would like a ring. I would like a ring. I love a Vegas subtrope. Also, if anybody has any recommendations for the microtrope of Vegas, let me know. Obviously, don't have book 4. And then book 5, it's coming book 4, is a nanny. And then book 6 is a Grumpy Sunshine. I do like a Grumpy Sunshine. So yeah, I think I love... Look at all of them. I love a sports romance series in the summer. Often if I'm going on holiday... I will take a whole series like this with me on holiday and just sit by the pool and binge read it. So maybe I need to feel that sort of vibe. But these are new. I haven't read anything by Lauren Blakely before either. So I think out of the ones I've suggested so far, I've only read one of the authors before. But yeah, if you've read these, let me know. The next one that's a potential on the TBR is A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbett. And I love the sprayed edge. I'm a little bit traumatized that it's called Ravenswood because we know that series has anything with Raven has traumatized me. But this girl is neurodivergent, so she has autism. She's called Ruth, and she's kind of like the black sheep of her town. And this guy called Evan Miller comes to town. It's a small English village that she lives in. And they start to gossip that she's bewitched him. I think it's going to be such a good book. I love as well inside that you have artwork. Like, oh, I love artwork. Then you also have a signature from the author. I know there's little things, but they just add to the value of the book for me. The sprayed edge, it just, love it. Handwritten note from the author, and then the map of the cute little town. It's like a little quaint English village with a church and a meadow. And this is honestly how I will sit here. If you ever wanted to know how Mills picks her next read, I will sit in this exact chair, put all the books in front of me and look at them and be like, that's what's drawn me in. And that map would probably be the reason I'd pick this book up. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I really want to read this at some point. It's Grumpy Sunshine Romance with a Sprayed Edge. I think it's going to be such a quick read as well. Is it dual point of view? No, it's not. That's unusual. That is unusual. It's not dual point of view. But yeah, I think that could be a potential contender. If you've read this, let me know. I know this is a new book. It's just come out. Then we have a go-to author from me, and that is LJ Shen. My queen. This is The Devil Wears Black, and this is also another Montlake book. There might be a theme that Mills collects a lot of Montlake books. So this is about a girl who sees her ex-boyfriend. His father has nearly passed away. I think he's like on his last wish is for that his son marries her, but he's an ex for a reason. So it's like a fake arranged marriage, I guess you'd call it. And it says, they say keep your enemies close, but what if the enemy is also the man you love? I think this is going to be absolutely amazing. I don't know if anybody has read this, but it is dual point of view. I can see there's little text messages, and based on the fact I loved Beautiful Graves, if you haven't read that one, you need to. This is a high contender. This is a high contender, but I know I'm going to like it. Is anybody like me? This is like such a waffle sidetrack. If you know you're going to like a book, you put it off for ages. Why do I do that? Why do I do that to myself? I do not know. But yeah, this is a contender, and it's very hard to get your hands on this book. So if you have read it, let me know. The next one is actually the second book in a series. So I read Rejected in, it was either January or February. Comes with Beautiful Sprayed Edge now, and it's about a girl who is a wolf, but her family's shunned. So when she mates with the alpha's son, he rejects her, and she runs up with a shadow beast. Now I think there's going to be either 5 or 6 books in this series that are all being traditionally published this year with these stunning sprayed edges. I do now have Reclaimed, which is the second book in the series, so they do look so pretty together. But I don't know. Does anybody else feel like this? I don't know whether to dive into book 2 now and then be like feral for book 3 to come out, or if I wait until I've got them all, because I know they're all coming out this year, wait till I've got them all in my hand and then just binge read them all. I don't know what to do. This is why being a mood reader is so hard, because I then will want book 3, and it doesn't exist. I can't physically read it. So yeah, what would you do in this situation? Would you just collect them all and then read them, or are you someone who reads them and anticipates the next one coming out? I don't know. Then we have Wrath of an Exile by Monty J. This one's definitely being read because it's part of book club, but do I secretly start it early if you're from book club? Shh, I didn't say that. So this is a forbidden romance. It's from a guy who's from the wrong side of the tracks, gets fostered into a family, and she starts to have feelings for him. She's meant to be like a badass FMC. Like, that's what everyone's told me, like she is a good FMC. And I love a forbidden romance. Step siblings, foster siblings, full siblings. I kind of love it all. So yeah, this one at the moment, the writing is actually really big in this as well. So I don't think it'll take me long to finish. This one is calling to me. It's like, Mills, I want you to read me, because I just love a forbidden romance, and I can't remember the last time I picked one up. So this is another potential. This week I read my first Elise Kova book, which was Dragon Curse, which is a YA romantasy from her, and I devoured it. So therefore, Arcana Academy is on my TBR. This is a really pretty book as well. So I love an orange. I don't know why I'm obsessed with orange hardbacks, but I am. And it's got stunning end papers. So this one says, Clara has survived the underworld of Eclipse City through thievery, luck, and a whole lot of illegal magic. After a job goes awry, Clara is sentenced to a lifetime in prison for inking tarot cards, a rare power reserved for practitioners at the elite Arcana Academy. Just when it seems her luck has run dry, the Academy's enigmatic headmaster offers her an escape for a price. He believes that Clara is the perfect tool to help him steal a tarot card from the king and use it to recreate an all-powerful card long lost to time. I think her fantasy based on the other book I read by her is really easy to immerse yourself into. There is a map. Again, she doesn't build like intense worlds. As much as that's a map, there's not too much on there. So I think maybe if I'm reading a lot of fantasy at the moment, so I'm currently reading The Night Prince, and I'm also, which is by Lauren Palferman, follows on from The Wolf King, and I'm also about to read Direbound again because I've just been delivered the arc for Fury Bound. I screamed. And then I'm reading a kind of fantasy, which is called A Stage Set for Villains by Shannon Span. So I feel like I'm reading quite a lot of books in that space. Do I add another fantasy world to it that I've got to remember? Or do I wait for book 2 in this world to come out? Because I believe it's a trilogy. I just don't know. This is why I need your guys' help. Like, honestly, if you're watching the video up to this point and you haven't thought Mills is crazy, good. Then I have a dark romance by Avina St. Graves. I've read a few Avina St. Graves books and really loved them. This is about a pyromaniac. I think that's the correct term. Look, the pages are set on fire. So they attend a reform school and like to set things on fire. I love that academic setting. I love dark romance. It's dual point of view as well. So you have a character called Cohen, and then you have a character called, tell me the other character's name, Blaze. So I think this could be a fun one. Do I want to read about Pyromaniac? I don't know. I don't know if anybody has read this. It's not one I see talked about much on the internet. It's not one I see a lot of people like, oh, this was so good, or yes, you need to read this. So I'm a little bit like, I don't know what vibe I'm in. I just don't know what mood I'm in. I need help. This is why I'm such a bad mood reader. Then we have In the Veins of Drowning by Callie Cassidy, and I've literally seen everyone talk about this book, and there's a second book coming out soon which is going to have a red cover that looks really similar to this, and this one involves sirens. I love a siren. So I don't know if you know this, but if you're a mermaid you don't sing. If you're a siren you do. So technically, I mean, the Little Mermaid did have her voice taken, but she did sing before she had her voice taken, so technically she is the little siren. So yeah, this is about sirens and slaying them and a king who hunts them, and trying to keep yourself safe. I have only heard good things about this book. I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about it. It says it's a story about belonging, love, and identity. It explores the lighter side of themes. This story contains dark imagery that might be difficult for some readers, including horror and abuse. Do I want to read a horror? I don't know, but yeah, book 1 of the Siren Mage series. And obviously when the second one comes out, I don't know if you guys like me, but I'm going to get FOMO if people start reading the second book and I don't know what the first one's about. So I do like a siren. I feel like this is the weirdest YouTube video ever because you get to see inside my crazy brain. And then last but by no means least is Sinners Anonymous by Soam Sketcher. I actually have an advanced copy for the trad version downstairs, so I want to see if there's any differences between this version, which I read, and the traditionally published version. So this is about a girl called Rory, and she's such a funny character because she doesn't swear in her head. She kind of says like bird noises and bird things. I remember reading this a while ago and she was like, I can't remember exactly how she swears, but she swears with like a bird, like she'll say something like sparrow or something instead of swearing. I feel like I need to, I'll let you guys know what she does, because I remember thinking, what is this girl up to? And then you have Visconti, Angelo Visconti, who gets called Vicious. It's like a dark mafia. I know I loved this, but I want to check that the version that's been traditionally published and the 4 books are coming out together are going to have the same story as this, because sometimes things are tweaked. We know with Rena Ken we had a little bit of tweaking on God of Malice. Not always the case, but sometimes it happens. So thank you for watching. I honestly just need your help. So do let me know in the comments, out of all those books, which one you would be most drawn to. If you read any of them, which one you loved the most. Or you could just throw a spanner in the works and give me a completely different recommendation to anything I've talked about. I'm such a mood reader. In my personality, I'll read like 5 or 6 books at the same time. And you've just seen the process of how I would sit in the loft and pick my next read. And I generally would talk them out loud and go, well, this has got this and this has got that. I know I'm crazy. I love books. It's a bit obvious. Make sure you've hit subscribe and turned on notifications so you can see when I post next week. And if there's any sort of videos that you want to see, do let me know in the comments. See you guys next Sunday.